Apple's done a fantastic job of really innovating on the Mac. We are going to outperform them.
So you feel like you've got Apple now?
We have a computer for people who love Windows that they can be very, very proud of.
Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella is very excited about his new Windows computers because they're not just any Windows computers.
Can we call them AI pewters?
No, I like Copilot PCs.
Yes, these Copilot PCs, coming from Microsoft itself and others like Lenovo and Dell, have been completely re-engineered for
AI as a new input.
But what even is an AI computer? Microsoft's latest have new chips and AI software that can do some cool tricks without even needing to connect to the internet. After talking to Nadella and seeing the new Surface devices in action, I'll say it looks pretty darn promising.
Here's the interesting thing, right, which is if you sort of take all of what we've been talking about with AI, it all came about because of abundance of compute, all primarily in the cloud, right? So that's what created the GPT-4, for example, which essentially changed the world. Now, what happened in the cloud is going to come to the edge. And the edge that first needs to be reinvented before we talk about everything else is the PC. And so that's sort of what I think of as the AI PC or the Copilot PCs.
Okay, translation for non-computer scientists. ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, those other generative AI tools you've been using, the processing happens in the cloud, aka some data center. Now, some AI processing will happen right on your computer, what is called edge computing. To do this, Microsoft had to add a new chip component.
Pretend I'm not a computer nerd. What is an NPU?
It's a neural processing unit. If you want to build any AI application, you have to have an accelerator, just like we have in the cloud, to be able to run these matrix math multiplications fast in order to drive AI features. And that's what the NPU does.
The NPU joins the CPU and the GPU in the Copilot PCs. But here's the really exciting thing.
Qualcomm's got a new processor, which we've optimized Windows for. The battery life, I've been using it now. It's 22 hours of continuous video playback.
These Qualcomm Snapdragon X series chips are based on ARM architecture. And here's another translation. These energy-efficient chips are more like the ones in your smartphone than the Intel chips in your Windows laptop. A few years ago, Apple transitioned all its Macs from Intel chips
to our own Apple silicon.
Those chips are based on ARM, and it made MacBooks really awesome.
We finally feel we have a very competitive product between Surface Pro and the Surface laptops. We have essentially the best specs when it comes to ARM-based silicon and performance or the NPU performance.
Microsoft says the new Surfaces are 58% faster than the MacBook Air with M3 and has 20% longer battery life. Intel will make Copilot PCs. But this is a move away from that once tight relationship.
Which system do you use?
I use a Surface laptop.
Have you heard the fan go on?
No.
See, this is what I'm really hoping for. A Windows PC that doesn't sound like it's going to outer space. You think we've got it?
You have it. You got it.
Okay, but what new AI powers does the NPU unlock in Windows?
One of the dreams we've always had is how do we introduce memory, right? Photographic memory into what you do on the PC. And now we have it. So it's called recall. It's not keyword search, right? It's semantic search over all your history. And it's not just about any document. We can recreate moments from the past, essentially.
Here's how it works. Windows constantly takes screenshots of what's on your screen, then uses a generative AI model right on the device, along with the NPU, to process all that data and make it searchable, even photos. I got to try it out. I searched brown leather bag. It came up in visual search. There's no place on this page that it says brown leather bag. It just knows because it sees this brown leather bag.
There could be this reaction from some people that this is pretty creepy. Microsoft is taking screenshots of everything I do.
Yeah, that's why that it can only do it on the edge, right? So this is like, you have to put two things together. This is my computer. This is my recall, and it's all being done locally, right? So that's the promise. So that's one of the reasons why recall works as a magical thing, because I can trust it, that it is on my computer.
You can also restrict recall from taking screenshots of certain websites or apps, or turn it off entirely.
And it seems to me this whole next wave of AI computing is going to be built somewhat around trust. If we're going to have AI agents that go out and do things for us, why should people trust Microsoft over another company?
And I think we're at the very early stages of understanding how our relationship with AI agents should be shaped by us primarily, because that's the only way to build trust. If somebody else, this is not a vendor decision, it's a personal, maybe even spiritual decision of how we want to. And that's why I don't believe there's just going to be one, right? Because I may have multiple agents that I may want to delegate different types of things to.
There's another AI feature called Co-Creator that runs locally, right on the device.
How do we really take good old Paint and say, hey, I'm not just painting myself, but I'm able to co-create with an AI?
You put in a text prompt.
A Windows XP wallpaper with a big green mountain.
Then start drawing, and a stable diffusion image generation model right on the device starts to generate an image based on your sketch.
Yes, that's very good.
There's local live translation too. It can translate live video calls or in-person conversations from 44 different languages into English. And it's fast.
У вас есть домашнее животное?
Yeah, I have a dog.
А как зовут вашу собаку?
Browser.
All of this is powered by small language models that are stored on the device. Large language models like ChatGPT or Copilot still run in the cloud. In the coming weeks, Copilot will get OpenAI's latest GPT-4o model.
It's kind of like a new browser, effectively. So it's right there, it sees the screen, it sees the world, it hears you, and so it's kind of like that personal agent that's always there that you want to talk to. You can interrupt it, it can interrupt you.
The new Surfaces will start shipping in June, starting at $9.99. But I had a few more questions about the future.
AI is this new type of way of interacting with computers. Yet here you're releasing a pretty traditional looking type of computer.
You know, think about what we did back in the day when the internet happened. It sort of like the browser was born on Windows and it went beyond Windows. That's, I think, what's going to happen. That's why I think we want to make sure we build the Copilot PC that's optimized for Copilot. But I fully expect the Copilot to be everywhere. And the innovation of the interface of your personal agent, how I interact with it, how it accesses memories, how it does actions, is going to be everywhere. It's going to be ambient.
Where else could it go?
It'll go on the phone, right? I'll use it on WhatsApp. I'll use it on any other messaging platform. It'll be on speakers everywhere. So in some sense, it'll be anywhere users want to interact with it with different modalities, right? If you take what GPT-0 showed and you combine it with Copilot as the interface, for us, that's the type of magic that we want to bring first to Windows and everywhere else.
What do you think about glasses?
Well, we loved glasses for a long time. In fact, one of the things that we will do with Meta is to take Copilot and really bring it to all of the work that they're doing.
Can we close our eyes together? And we're gonna imagine a future of computing. What is the future that you see?
The future I see is a computer that understands me versus a computer that I have to understand.
Okay. Does it look like this?
It reminds me of XP.
This is what it turned it into.
Oh, wow.
Could this be the wallpaper of the future PC?
It definitely can be, and you have the power to do it, Joanna. You can set your wallpaper on Windows.
Well, I want to leave this with you, and maybe you can make this the default in Windows 12.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, you should click here and watch my full interview with Satya Nadella on WSJ.com. It's a good one.